Now, give me my theme music.
Welcome to the DY Prods channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? Man, we are in the divisional round of the playoffs. I was wrong about a couple picks last week. You know, I thought Houston, they'd be in the dirt. They had been playing well up until that point, but they had the home game. The crowd showed up, and Justin Herbert, you know, he is who we thought he was.
But they are who we thought they were.
And you know, he thought it was still Christmas.
The so-called white man be throwing up these motherfucking lollipops and shit. Can't have a black quarterback. What the fuck is with that? So-called white man.
And people were copping pleas left and right, just blaming, oh, Jim Harbaugh, you know, you got to put some on the coach. You got to put some on Greg Roman. Oh, he can't throw and catch the ball. Yeah. Even though my quarterback, Jalen Hurts,
The excellence of execution.
they criticize him like he threw 4 interceptions, but he doesn't turn the ball over, and he just wins. But yet he gets criticized like he threw 4 interceptions and takes the L. It's insane. But you stay tuned. We're having a funeral, all right? We're having 4 funerals for the 4 horsemen of the Brad Pitt quarterbacks, all right? That's coming soon. You got to stay tuned for that. Just in case you don't know, that's for Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and then Josh Allen. Listen, a riot might be started if Josh Allen loses to the Baltimore Ravens, all right? Let's just keep that in mind. But he's not going to go down without a fight, all right? But we're having a funeral for these guys to put them in the dirt. Baltimore, they came out with the dub. Denver, they were fried chicken as soon as they stepped onto a field. You know, my beloved Philadelphia Eagles, we whooped up on the Green Bay Packers. The Redskins, they shocked the world. They shocked the world, and they got a doink at the end of the game and beat Tampa Bay. So, you know, they doing their thing. Minnesota, oh my goodness. Sam Darnold.
The so-called white man be throwing up these motherfucking lollipops and shit.
Seeing ghost. What was going on? Look, people are talking about he lost a lot of money, but look, man, I was talking to one of my boys. It's a 49ers fan. And he said he would, before this game, I asked him last week, I'm like, would you be good with paying this man and having him as your quarterback for next season or going forward? He said, yeah. And then this game happens. I asked him again. I'm like, yo, would you still want him? He said, yeah. And I'm like, yo, your GM card has been revoked. Your GM card has been revoked, all right? You cannot trust Sam Darnold without Kevin O'Connell. All right?
Fuck that!
You can't. Sam Darnold is not that guy. Even if he goes to Kyle Shanahan, that is not good enough, all right? Personally, I think Kevin O'Connell is the best play caller in the league, and it's not even close. So, we'll see what happens. But Sam Darnold, he definitely just threw away that game. The Kevin O'Connell didn't help him out, but oh my goodness. Just terrible. The defense, they gave up some plays here or there, but you know, they kept them in it for a minute. They did, but then Sam Darnold, he just, you know.
But they are who we thought they were.
and then they just flamed out. So the Rams, they come to Philadelphia.
Same old sorry ass Rams.
And yeah, man, we look at the schedule. Houston, Kansas City. Redskins go to Detroit. The Rams, they come to Philly.
Same old sorry ass Rams.
And Baltimore, they go to Buffalo. All right, they're playing in the snow, but let's go over it. The Houston Texans, they go to Kansas City. This is a 4:30 p.m. game on Saturday. Records go out the window. This is win or go home, baby. You know. This is a game total of 42.5 points. And Kansas City is favored by 8. Joe Mixon, I'm not worried about him. I think he should play. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they're rested up. You know, they got pretty much all their weapons back except Rashid Rice. He'll be back next year or whatever. But I expect them to go out and win this game, man. It's going to be a hostile environment in Kansas City. It's going to be cold. The Texans, they did show up last game, but they had the crowd behind them. Their defense played well. Do I expect Kansas City to start off slow? I don't know. I expect them to win this game, though. I expect them to win this game. Make it quick, make it painless.
The playoffs?
Hold up. Make it quick, make it painless. All right, moving on. Kansas City, they get the dub. Washington Redskins, they go to Detroit and face the Lions. This is an 8 o'clock game on Saturday with the 53.5 point game total, and they're having the Lions favored by 9. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think the Lions will pull this one out. They should win by double digits. We're going to find out how good Jaden Daniels is. All right. We're going to find out how good he is. So all I'm going to say is Detroit, I expect them to win. Probably by double digits, but we'll see. This will be interesting. If the Redskins get the win, then they come to the link, and then we get to put them in the dirt. But I expect the Lions to get this win. Moving on, the Los Angeles Rams.
Same old sorry ass Rams.
They come to Philadelphia to play in the link for a 3 p.m. game on Sunday. All right. So by then we'll know who our opponent is between the Redskins and the Lions. This game has a 45.5 point game total, and we are favored by 6. Yeah, man. Yeah, they come into a link. You know, the Rams, they played well last game, but they look, the Vikings, they're not the Eagles. You know.
I love the attitude that they have, but they all right.
They're not going to get it done. They're not going to get it done. Too much meat up front. You know.
Hold on a minute, player.
Just too much beef.
Hold on a minute, player.
Too much weight. Too much girth.
Hold on a minute, player.
Going on up front. So I expect us to get a win. I expect this to be a beatdown. In fact, I think Matt Stafford's going to give one up. I think Kyron Williams, I think he might cough it up too. You know, they were fortunate enough for them to recover their own fumble last game, but you know, I think it's just going to go our way. Our team is too good. Nakobe Dean is out, but I expect Jeremiah Trotter to step in and fill in admirably. And Zach Bond, he's wearing the green dot. And will that affect his play or affect the linebacker play at all? I don't know. We'll see. But I think we'll step up to the challenge, get it done. Philadelphia, 27, Rams 13. Moving on to the Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. All right. These two teams, they played. Oh, hold up. This is a 6:30 game on Sunday. All right. But this game has a game total of 51.5 points, and Baltimore is favored by 1. These two teams, they played each other before this or earlier in the season, and the Ravens came out with the dub. Let me see how much. Let's see, 35-10 beatdown. Yeah, man. I don't know if this will be a good one. I think the spread, they're hedging their bets over in Vegas. I do expect the Ravens to get a dub. All right, I expect the Ravens to get a dub and move on. I expect this to be the best game of the. I expect this to be the best game of the weekend, personally. And it's good that it's the last game, so our adrenaline will be still high going into Monday morning. So yeah, man, I think Josh Allen. I don't think Josh Allen will be the reason why they lose. But I think the Ravens, they're just gonna show up. They're gonna show up, and then they got the dub. So Ravens over Buffalo. They go into Buffalo and get the dub with the MV3, Lamar Jackson, the Great 8. Let's see. All right. Oh my goodness, Deontay Johnson. What are you doing, man?
Simple Simon ass motherfuckers.
Like, his career has to be done. It has to be done. Like, what are you doing complaining? You just got into the building and they cut you during playoffs. Do you know how bad that is? Do you know how bad that looks? Look, he's what? This is his 5th team in 1 year. He was with the Steelers. They let him go. He went to Carolina. Then he went to the Ravens. Then he went to the Texans. Now the Ravens and the Texans, I thought that was a sweet deal. You know, you just came up from Carolina. Even though you were getting targets down there, you wasn't winning. Do you want to win or do you want targets? Because you had both and you're still not happy. So, you know.
Simple Simon ass motherfuckers.
I think his career is done. If you have him in fantasy, you can't trust him. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. Yeah, so we got in the AFC, Kansas City versus the Texans. We picked Kansas City, right? And then Buffalo versus Baltimore. We picked Baltimore. So next week we should get Kansas City versus the Ravens. And then this week we have the Lions in the NFC. We have the Lions versus the Redskins. And we picked the Lions to win. And then we have the Rams.
I love the attitude that they have, but they alright.
I said the Rams.
Same old sorry ass Rams.
Versus my beloved Philadelphia Eagles, right? And then we're going to get the matchup that we've talked about since the beginning of the year. Eagles versus the Lions in the NFC Championship, all right? So we're going to see how all this plays out. But yeah, man, we should get, or my predictions for next week, Ravens at Kansas City versus Patty the Goat. And then Eagles, we go into Detroit and we take on the Lions for the NFC Championship to go on to the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl. So that's all I got. Yeah, man. Howie, take care of business. We need some sacrifices, all right? We need some sacrifices so our team could go on to the Super Bowl to win. You know, Kansas City, they be getting rid of people left and right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Eyes, brother. Eyes.
So, Howie, do what you need to do. Handle your business. But that's all I got. Yeah, man.
Nigga, you gonna get down or you gonna fucking lay down?